Hey, what's going on, Libras? Butch Tarot here. Gonna do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it will not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. We're gonna be using the Tarot of Dreams. And with that being said, let's get it. Universe, what do we have for Libra? All right, Libra. So this is someone that you already know. This is someone that you're already dealing with. Now, I feel like with this person is feeling defeated. You know, this person's feeling, they're feeling defeated. They're feeling out of balance. And the reason why is they feel like you've already packed your bags and your bags have been sitting at the door. You know, they feel like they're holding on by a thread. You know, they feel like this is over, but you just haven't told them yet. Now, part of the reason why they feel this way is they feel like you stopped giving. You know, you stopped putting in effort. You're no longer working with them. It's more like, it feels like you're, you know, it feels like you became friends or associates or roommates. You know, they feel like they've lost you emotionally. And they feel like the only reason you're still there is out of stability. You know, whatever you guys have together, it works in a certain way. So they feel like you're still there because of that. And that's the only reason you haven't, you know, vacated. But they also feel like there may be somebody else. They feel like you may have some secrets that you're holding back from, and they feel like there may be a third party. You know, they feel like that's part of the reason why you've pulled away. It's almost like they feel like you're still kind of, you know, fairly fresh into something new, and you don't want to make a big step forward because you don't want to make that commitment till you know what's going on with this other person. Now, this is not what necessarily is going on with you. It's what they see. This is how they feel. This person's in a very bad way. They're in their head a lot. You know, they're afraid of getting their heart broken. Because this person, even though they feel all this stuff and this is how they see things, they're not done. You know, they still love you. They still want to be with you. They want to make things right, though, because they know that it can't go on the way it's been going on. They feel like you lost each other somewhere, but they don't want it to be that way. They want to figure this out and work it out. They don't want to lose you. But right now, they're in this negative headspace where they're looking at the negatives instead of the positives. They're looking at everything going on. But what I see is I feel like, from your perspective, there's just a lot of mistrust. There's a lot of, you know, I just feel like this person is in their head a lot about a lot of things that aren't really going on. It's almost like they're manifesting things that aren't real. You know, they feel like you already moved on with somebody else, or at least you met someone else and you're hiding something from them. They feel like you're not giving to the situation anymore. You know, they feel like you're not on the same page. But from your perspective, I feel like they're coming off as very needy lately. You know, they're looking too deeply into things that aren't really there. I do feel like it has a lot to do with their confidence. I feel like there's other things going on for them and around them that's maybe affected their confidence on a very deep level. And once your confidence changes, it's almost like you start looking at everything else in your life and you start, you know, it's almost like, say you're in a relationship with, you know, a man and a woman, and one of you loses your job and you feel like you're not contributing anymore, and then you start losing confidence, and then everything else, you know, your sexual drive goes away, you know, your motivation goes away, you start having dark thoughts. It's because something's out of balance, something isn't right. So we start trying to emphasize the things that we think are right, and then we start seeing problems in that because we're putting too much attention on it. When one thing goes out of balance, it's like we just start spinning like a top, and everything starts flying everywhere. And that's where this person's at. I mean, I feel like they're going through a lot of big changes. But even though it's like they're spinning out of control and they're grabbing onto you, just trying to hold on to you, but now you're not really accepting it, or you're really not, you know, trying to play into it. So they start to suspect you of not being on board with them anymore. I see someone that's really overthinking, you know, and I feel like, but what I do see is this person, they love you. They're afraid of losing you. You know, they're afraid that it's over. They're afraid that you're already halfway out the damn door. And they want to make this right, but the only way to make this right is they gotta make some big changes. I mean, there's big changes going on for them, but they gotta fix their shit. In order to have forward movement here, in order to fix this, in order to have reconciliation, they need to figure it out. You can't be their lifeline. You can't figure it out for them. For all you cross watchers out there, you know, when things aren't going right in your life, you can't put more focus on the things that you think are going right and totally forget about what went wrong. We have to fix what went wrong before we can move on. And we can't expect someone else to fix it for us. Like, it's just a very confusing read, and I apologize, but it's just all over the place. Like, I just feel like this one person is just so confused. And so, you know, there is some depression there. There's some, you know, dark thoughts. But they feel like their lack of confidence has them second guessing everything in their life, and you're part of that. You're part of the second guessing. You know, and I feel like a lot of it is they're putting influence into something that isn't really there. You know, when your confidence is low, when you're with someone and your confidence is low, sometimes you can start to think that maybe they are looking for somebody else. Maybe I'm not good enough anymore. But when you think that way about yourself, you're putting that out there. You know, it's a hard thing when we start spiraling out of control and we start to look deeply into things. Sometimes when we start looking at, okay, you know, I'm a big piece of shit, nobody wants to be with me, then nobody wants to be with you. It's because you're thinking it, you're putting it out there, and you're manifesting that. If shit doesn't go your way, fix it, alter it, move forward. You know? If you think that you're not good enough for someone, then you're right. I heard this quote years ago, and I love it. It's simple, but I love it. Whether you think you are, or you think whether you think you can, or you think you can't, you're always going to be right. You know, But like I said, I do see them making some big changes. I do see some confidence coming back, and I feel like it is going to come out of nowhere. We get the Magician card. I feel like it's going to come out of nowhere. And I feel like once they figure their shit out and they start getting their shit going, they're going to want to try again. And I feel like there's a lot of forward movement here, but like I said, they got to figure their shit out. You can't be their lifeline. You know, I feel like whatever you guys had, there is some stability there, and I feel like they just need to see it more clearly. You know, they're seeing things in a very, you know, it's almost like putting a dark piece of glass up in front of your face. You're seeing things in a dark way. You know, you got to clean that shit. Because as long as you're looking, you know, at things with this type of energy, you're never going to get what you want. You have to clear it up. And it starts with you. You know, for the cross watcher, it starts with you. You know, if you think they're only with you because it's stable, you think they don't love you anymore, and you think they have someone else, and you're afraid of getting your heart broken, and through all this, and through all this negativity, and through all this depression, you know, you wonder why they've packed their damn bags. Now, with this person, we have a lot of air: Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have all signs. We have Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. I just feel like you're just dealing with somebody that's out of whack. They still care about you. They still love you. But until they fix their shit, they're not good for you. You know, sometimes we try to help people that we love, and I feel like the way you're trying to help them is just let them figure it out. And that's the only way you can do it. I mean, sometimes you can't help. You can only, you know, doing anything sometimes is just more detrimental than doing nothing at all. And it's hard. It's hard to watch someone that you care about suffer. But sometimes they got to figure that shit out. Love isn't easy. Sometimes I feel like love can be the hardest thing in the world. But, you know, it's worth it. But right now, like I said, Libra, you're dealing with someone I feel like is out of control, and they just got to figure that shit out. Because right now, all that negative thoughts that they have, now they're bleeding it onto you. You know, now they're assuming that you don't love them anymore, and you love somebody else, and it's darkness, and you can't help that. You can just step back and hope they figure it out. Be good. Take care. Stay safe.